let's show up and pack that bookstore and give her such a warm, warm welcome because she has been so good to us today. And not only today, we can really see that this is your lifestyle. This is what you do. Not only are you working in your own journey, but you're committed to making sure that other people have the tools and the resources that they need to move forward also. So here at Heart of Her, we're all about leading with our heart first, and your heart is definitely showing up and showing out. It is showing out. And we love that for you, for us, for everyone else that is watching. So yes, this has been awesome. I look forward to seeing you in October. I'm gonna put that on my
Yes, yes,
calendar.
please.
Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Doc Bookshop. I am Donna Craddock, and I'm in the presence of the one and only Rosenna Bakari. Thank you, my dear, for being here. My pleasure.
Language is really important as opposed to just um, these little cliches for people. And cliches are nice, they're quick bits, but they don't help in a deep development. So 7X's is really meant to support people in deep development, not surface development, but deep development, and helping them look at the work in a personal way and hold their hand in a way that makes them feel supported on this journey. So that's the whole point, the whole purpose of 7X's. And so today I want to share some things from it to hopefully make it make sense to you. All right. So one of the things that we talked about was that I shared with you when you came in was the seeds quiz. So when we talk about empowerment, or we have not everybody necessarily would say, "Oh, I feel disempowered." That's not the current language we use. It will be right. So what we're talking about is what does it mean to live an empowered life, and the difference between a lot of people talk about power, which you have to be careful how you use that, but empowerment is really focused on what is the power that I have within me to create the external life that I want in a way that does not conflict with what's inside of me. So empowerment has a lot more to do with alignment. Do I sleep well at night? Not just do I control other people. Do I know how to create peace around me? Not just can I tell people what to do or complain about people or share my victimhood whenever I want to. But empowerment is about doing the inner work so that the outer work looks different. So many of us get on this journey where we're trying to force changes on the outside and hope that it'll make us feel different on the inside. So 7 exits and the power of departure really rewrites that script for us because I think it's more effective. If you're not with people that energize you, then you have some questions that you can ask yourself, like, why do I keep showing up here if it's not feeding me? Because what is it feeding?
People don't give their best because ultimately they don't even believe that they are worthy of what it is that they are pursuing. When they get in a relationship, for example, they keep doing things trying to make themselves worthy of that relationship. And oftentimes, the things that they're doing to make themselves so called worthy is exactly what will chase the person away, what will create conflict, what will disempower themselves or the other person in that relationship. So, those are two of the things is that the world is unsafe and that they are unworthy.
Oh my goodness. I can identify with both of those aspects just in being around people and having conversations. I like go back to where you said the world is unsafe and how if you are constantly consuming media that perpetuates that same idea, that's all you're going to get, especially when you look at the algorithms, right? Okay, if this is all I'm paying attention to, I'm interacting with, then it's going to keep suggesting only those types of things. And if that's all that I'm seeing, then my mind is totally oblivious to anything else. It happens all the time. You see it in the posts, you see it in people that you actually know in real life, but you also see it in people that maybe I just follow this person because I came across a book that they wrote or something like that. But you have to be strong enough and open enough to be able to receive different types of information and to live different experiences. You can't just stay closed off in one shell. It's just like we evolve as we get older. You have to allow yourself to evolve in every different aspect of life, what is necessarily happening versus I'm just reading this over and over again on my phone. I'm scrolling when I open my email, I'm on someone's email blast. That's what I'm getting, the same information over and over again. As far as people not knowing what their worth is, I love that you said they are constantly trying to prove something instead of just owning that I am worthy, walking through the door. I am worthy. You're trying too hard, and it does tend to make people want to just go ahead and this is not for me. And then that person is devastated because they feel like I gave my all and it still wasn't enough. So they continue to move on with that feeling of unworthiness. We have to learn to get away from that.
Absolutely, because there's no amount of things that you can give that will make you worthy. You're worthy because you are here. And taking that worthiness into every room you go into is all that you need. There's nothing left to prove.
It's good to hear you say that you want to support people in actually doing this work and doing their journey. You're not just pushing a product and expecting them to pick it up and then you just go for it. So to not leave people alone is a good thing. And then also, you mentioned before, had you not picked up that book and read the book when your daughter was 2 years old, you probably wouldn't have had the thought to write your own. So I think putting yourself in places where people get to see you, your authenticity, the realness, and not just turning the pages of the book makes them really believe that they can do this. And not only can I do this, there are other people that have done it, and there are other people that are rooting for me to do it as well. So giving back is huge. And I would say, of course, like you said, writing for you is a hobby, just like you love to run and you like all things being active. But I also believe that we're put on this earth, especially going back to purpose. And your purpose and your ministry at this point is actually helping people. So you've been being prepared for this all of this time. And now you're starting to see, okay, my children are now grown. I've done this, I've done that. Where am I going to position myself now so that I can continue to affect the world? Because that was one thing that you said in the beginning was being empowered is learning how you can affect the world. Yeah. And so you're doing that. And I thank you for that. That's a word received. I receive it. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. So.